You got it. What's up, guys?
Sure.
Got my boy Arash here
What's up?
for another mat chat. So just introduce yourself a little bit, Arash. Like who are you?
Okay, so I'm Arash. I've been training for maybe about almost less than 1.5 years.
Yeah, a little bit over a year. You
Yeah.
started August of last year.
August, yeah. So it's been like
Man, it's been a year.
1 year and like
Flies
15
by,
months.
man. Yeah, I remember your first day because we did the start of term,
Yeah, I remember that.
and you came in, and I was like, "Who's this goofy little kid?" But man, you stayed because we had a lot of people that came for the like the start of term, but then like a lot of people left.
Yeah.
And I think it was you, Crazy Kevin, Dennis,
Was he with me?
Greco, maybe.
Was crazy?
They
Kid?
started a little bit before you, but
yeah.
like they stayed. Who else? I think Greco might have started. With
Greco
you.
came, he got injured and left. Yeah.
He was trying a little bit during beginners class. I don't know if you've seen him.
Like how long ago?
Last time I was here,
Oh,
like 2 weeks ago.
really?
Yeah.
Damn, was he asking where I was?
No.
Oh.
I'll ask if he's been here.
But Dennis, how about Dennis? I see him sometimes in school.
He'll come in like every
Once in a month.
few months.
Okay.
But yeah, go back to yourself. Like, who are you,
Okay.
Rash? How old are you?
So yeah, I'm 19 years old. So I'm doing Jiu Jitsu while I'm studying. So that's a somewhat of a barrier because some days I get out from school and I'm just super tired, and I have no motivation to do anything besides
no.
like going home and sleeping. And on the contrary, some other days I'm like, get off school, I want to do something productive. I come here, like roll for 1.5 hours, and I leave like super proud that I've accomplished something today. Yeah.
I mean, I was in school. I was in college while going. I was in high school and training. I think for me, like I had a part-time job, so I would teach kids class. So I had to be there like after school.
Yeah, it was like you had to pull yourself in.
Yeah, especially in college. I was like, that's the only way I made money, really.
Yeah, like
It's hard to balance. Like there were some days where I couldn't train.
like the only boring thing is getting here. When you're here, that's when the fun stuff begins.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's like a 1 hour bus drive between home and here, and that's like that can sometimes demotivate me.
Yeah.
But like when I eventually get here and start rolling, I just snap into like jiu-jitsu and I don't even think about it. It's just having fun.
I think you always got to think of it that way. Like, oh, I'm gonna go see my friends, go hang out with my friends. Like, when you feel like it's a burden, that's when people fall off. But when it's like all your friends train, it's like, hey, Arash, where you been, buddy? Come on, come train. Like, you kind of have to.
Yeah. And then like, you could sometimes like, when you get the idea like, I don't want to train today, but instead you just switch over and say, no, I'm gonna train today. And then you train, like going all out.
Yeah.
And like, after the training, you tell yourself it was super worth it to actually go in today and train. So that's one of the better feelings.
But I think like if you're not really motivated, I mean sometimes you just need to take a break.
Yeah, you're burn out.
But other times, like say like we have the drill class, like sometimes just be super chill, like stretch a little bit, just do some drills.
Yeah.
And sometimes you'll get like a little bit more warmed up. It's okay, you can do whatever you want. We're filming, but it's really chill.
Remember
That's John. John just walked in.
Remember last time when you ruined it?
I did one interview with Arash. It was awesome, but you could hear John in the background the whole time, so I couldn't use it.
Me? Oh, I was upstairs.
This is a long time ago.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I sent it to you, didn't I? I sent you the video.
Like you couldn't make out what I was saying actually.
That was really
What
good.
was I talking about?
I don't remember.
Something that I definitely did not want to post.
We used to be bad about doing stories like without pre-telling us, so that we would talk about some fucked up shit, and then it's like live.
No, I just do a quick story. Like I don't catch any talking. I just like.
Yeah. Well, when I do stories, I always film it first and then post it, just in case some craziness happens. Not that we do anything crazy here.
But I forgot what we were talking. Yeah, just when you're training, I think for me, like even if I don't feel like training, I mean I have to come here anyway because I work here.
Yeah.
But I just kind of take it easy, talk a little bit, stretch a little bit, like warm yourself into it, and just don't try to force yourself. Sometimes like that's like the worst.
But sometimes when you have like a stale week, you could just come in and get beaten up.
What do you mean?
Like get passed, get submitted.
Yeah.
That doesn't happen, Alec.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like for white belts, that's good. Like to get like smashed or killed, that's good.
Mm-hmm. I mean, at white belt, you gotta get your butt kicked, man. That's just part of the process, you know.
Yeah, but like, I mean, it's a good thing to get your ass kicked because I don't know, it's like a reality check in some way.
But when you start getting good, that feels really awesome too. Like when you're like, oh snap, I'm passing people's guards, taking their back, like that. I remember being a white belt, being like a higher belt now is pretty awesome.
Yeah, like when you roll with like blue belt, when you're a white belt and you like roll with blue belts and you like eventually get a submission in, and you like really fight for it and eventually get it off. That's also like really a really good feeling.
But a lot of it's like luck. Initially, like it's luck. Like, oh,
Yeah.
how did I do that? Like you don't understand it.
But it's also like good rolling with like a purple belt
Yeah.
and like absolutely get destroyed to just realize how much experience they have and how easily they could control your body and do whatever they want. They can control the pace.
Yeah.
They can get whatever submission they want and such.
But like back in the day, we didn't have like a lot of higher belts, so if you were lucky, you might get to roll like a purple belt.
Okay.
But now you guys got like
We got
every
tons.
belt, like multiple black belts and stuff. So man, you're gonna get so much better quicker than what we had. Like man, it's not fair. What I think the one question I want to ask you, I kind of mentioned it before, was like what would help you when you first, what if you could go back like and talk to super new white belt Arash, like what would you tell him to help him like get better?
So my thing was I took it really slow when because I've been around for like a year and a half, as I told, and so I've witnessed new people starting in the beginners class and then moving up to the more advanced class.
Yeah.
And the time they take between beginners class to advanced is way shorter than what I did. So I remember I did a solid like almost 6 months just beginners. And I didn't even do drills, and that was the worst part. Like drills, just coming in, snatching up a partner and just drilling, that's the most important part. Because then you can work on whatever you want. But it's kind of hard to know what to work on when you're a white belt.
Yeah.
So I guess when you white belts and you go to the drill classes, just do what name of the class, drill all techniques you can, because just get the basics in like arm bars, triangles, a lot of sweeps from close guard, maybe some basic passing, basic recomposing, get like a good fundamentals, and maybe then you can branch out and maybe like start get a De La Hiva game, spider guard game, sit up guard game, whatever fancies your taste. Yeah.
I mean, like our goal, I think, is to show that stuff to you, but we don't expect you to be good at it. Like, not until maybe purple belt. Like we want you to see it now, and then like if you're kind of okay with it, it's okay. But like purple belt, okay, now you need to be like a little bit tighter.
Okay.
And of course, you're gonna certain things are gonna kind of attract you more. Like maybe spider guard is really good for you, but like you hate like sit up guard or something. Like you just I never use it.
Yeah, but you still gotta do it to try it out. And going back to the question, so drills are really important. And
what about tournaments?
Tournaments.
You think those are important for?
Like judging by myself, if I were to make a good estimate, tournaments haven't done a lot for me because I've only done. I haven't done it. I've like done 2 tournaments. I did 2. So that was like just to get a feel for it. I was like competing against a stranger, and it's a difference because when you're training in your own gym, you see these guys every day, and you like learn, like get a good bond, and just you figure out their game basically. But like when you're going against someone you don't know their game, you don't know how hard they're gonna go. That's could make you a bit nervous, I guess. And for me personally, it was a difference. Like the first time I competed, I had a hard time like keeping focus and.
I remember yelling at you.
Yeah.
I think you're looking at us and you're like,
Oh yeah.
What did I do? We're like, look at the guy.
I was breaking eye contact with the opponent, and I also remember that I was talking to the corner.
Yeah, you're talking to us.
And Arash. And I wasn't allowed to do that, right?
You're not supposed to do that, but your focus wasn't on like your opponent trying to kill you.
Yeah.
So you always focus on that guy.
Yeah, so basically drills, and try to push up to go from beginner's class to advanced class as fast as you can. Maybe not too quick, then you can miss out on the basics. But otherwise you could go to drill class and maybe drill with some blue belt instead.
Yeah. I mean, you can do the advanced class, but you can do both classes. You don't have to just do one or the other.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people, like, oh, I want to do the advanced class now.
But moving up to advanced sort of fast could be beneficial. I've noticed, because Robert, when he came in, he did like beginner's class for a bit, and he moved up to advanced pretty fast, and he's like pretty high white belt.
I don't know if he ever did beginner's class.
Didn't he?
I think he came during the summer.
Okay.
So in the summer, guys, we just put everybody together. It's like a class for everybody. So the white belt crew has to like grow up in that class.
Yeah. So like put a white belt against all purple belts. Eventually the white belt will become so good, because the worst level you put him in, he's gonna be close to that. Like.
So a long time ago, they didn't have beginners classes.
Yeah.
So they saw like the dropout rate was very high.
Oh yeah.
So they created a beginners class for new people so they can get their feet wet.
Yeah.
Because when I first started, I rolled the first day, like, and I got my ass kicked. Like pretty bad. I didn't know what.
Against a brown belt, right?
I think against another white belt, but I was just like, I didn't know what to do. And I was getting choked out.
Yeah. That could be like some guys maybe like go on like have a passion for that, like, oh shit, I just got beat, I need to figure out how to do this. And some people just quit, like, okay, I got choked out like 10 times today, it's not fun, I quit.
But there's some people, they need more time. We have a few students like Marcus and Stefan. Like, those are guys that they needed more time in like beginner's class before. They're tough, but they just need more time in beginner's class before they could do the advanced. And now they can do advanced class
And beginners.
So I think you gotta just initiate people, because jiu-jitsu is so different. Like, what are we doing on the ground? Like, no one understands any of that. And so it takes time to explain that stuff and explain what the UFC was and how it helped promote jiu-jitsu. So I think that's good. Anything else you want to say? Any social media you want to plug?
No.
Snapchat? I mean, he's not on social media.
Another question? I'll gladly answer.
You got a question for me?
No.
See, I'll be teaching a class. Like, hey guys, any questions? They're like,
no, we don't have any
don't care. We're perfect. Where do you see yourself in jiu-jitsu like next year?
Next year. Ooh, that's a hard question.
I think he's still filming, but
yeah.
keep going.
Next year.
Where do you want to be at in jiu-jitsu by next year? Like, what do you see yourself doing?
Depends on how you like. I've been lazy not competing.
Yeah.
I really should.
Lazy.
But that's probably because like I'm in the weight where I could cut somewhat, or I could just go up. So I'm deciding between, and I don't like going up because it automatically gives me a disadvantage. But I just hate to cut, I guess.
Oh yeah.
So yeah.
You know where I want to see you in 1 year in your jiu-jitsu?
Hopefully, I've done a bit more tournaments, and I probably like 1 year.
I just want you to have fun. Have fun, enjoy it, man.
Have fun.
Keep doing what you're doing.
Compete, yeah. I definitely should compete though. Like.
I mean, you don't need to force it. Like, you're busy with school. There's always going to be more tournaments. There's always going to be another Swedish Open.
Yeah.
Or something, And just keep doing what you're doing, man. That's all you can do.
Yeah, but at least, like, compete once. I recommend that to, like, get a feel for it. And if it's your thing, go for it. If you don't like it, then just stay at the gym and train.
Yeah. I mean, when I first started competing, I didn't have a choice. Coach was like, hey, you signing up. I was like, okay. So I think I don't think you should think so much about it.
Yeah, but that was like kind of my first time as well. Like,
That's why we did it too.
yeah, John forced me to.
We're like, we signed. You're competing.
I was like, oh,
You're like, am I? We're like, yes, you are.
I was like, all right.
Sometimes you gotta. It's like, you know, when someone learns how to swim. Sometimes you just gotta throw them in there.
Yeah.
It's even like, I don't want to do it. And like, and then they get in there like, oh, it's fun.
Oh yeah. Oh, I submitted him.
You know. All right, guys. Just want to thank Arash for doing this. And until next time, peace out.
Peace.
Ciao. Thanks, buddy.
Where's